Hi, this is Janet, and I'm Sly. Back in 2016, we both decided it was time to stop working, buy an RV, and start traveling the country and the world. And once the RV was pretty much the way we wanted it, we started our travels, and we've been doing it ever since. So join us as we explore this country and the world. And maybe we can even meet up with some of you along the way. We start this week off by exploring Mandalay Bay, and we found out that Mandalay Bay connects to the Luxor, so we did that too. Our first stop was the 1923 Prohibition Bar that had a secret door to get in. We ordered what's become pretty much the norm for us. I get a bourbon, Janet gets a rye. This was a neat little bar, although I wish they put prices on the menus, because bourbons can run from $15 to $500 or more, and I kind of want to know before I order. We explored the bar and found another secret door that goes to a back section of the bar that's reserved for special parties only. I don't know what kind of special parties, but we enjoyed our bourbon before moving on to explore the rest of Mandalay. We found this neat little hat shop and just had to try on some hats. I'm kind of looking for a new style, and I'm thinking, maybe one of these will actually be it. From the hat shop, we moved on down to the Luxor. Although this is not a huge casino, I do like the openness of the inside of it. Makes it feel nice and airy. This is the main floor. We wandered around here checking out what there was to see, but you can go down one more level, and underneath all of this is the actual casino. Nice way of doing it. I kind of liked it. On the way back from the Luxor, we took a detour and ended up at the Skyfall Bar, which is on the 64th floor of Delano's. After we got our bourbon and our rye, we looked out the windows and saw Vegas. From the 64th floor, this bar offers a view of Vegas no matter where you sit. Every single spot in this bar has a view, and that includes the toilet. Look at that, a throne with a view. We had a great night exploring Mandalay Bay, the Luxor, and the bar at Delano's. But it's getting late, and it's time to go home. The temperature today was up in the high 70s, so we decided another drive up to Lake Mead is in order. We just enjoyed the day, sitting up there by the side of the lake, reading our books and just enjoying the warmth and generally taking it easy, waiting for our next trip. And our next trip started at 5:30 in the morning just a couple of days later. And it started at 5:30 because we have about a 150-mile drive to Bryan Head, Utah, where we will finally get to ski once again. Let's just say it's been more than a few years since Janet and I have been skiing, and we have always enjoyed skiing. It was great to be in the snow again. And by the way, if you're interested in skiing, you can check out some of our earlier ski videos. As tradition requires, a drink is necessary at the top of the mountain before beginning your first run. Once the initial lubrication is applied, it's time to make our way back down the mountain. Man, it's been some years, but I'll tell you, it did not take more than just one or two turns before we were right back in the swing of things. We learned to ski in Europe, so there it's all about the après-ski. Après-ski is the entertainment after the skiing, and Janet is entertaining right now. Sometimes I think the entertainment is actually better than the skiing, but now it's my turn. First though, I must ski, and only after I ski can I do the après. Now yes, I know après-ski means the entertainment after the skiing and generally refers to the entertainment after a day of skiing. But I don't take that quite that literally. I think after you ski, even about 10 feet, you're entitled to an après. But as for the skiing, Well, it felt really good to be back on skis again after so many years. I will confess that I was a bit nervous getting on him after all these years, but it didn't take long at all before I felt comfortable zooming down the mountain again. Yes, my technique and my style wasn't what it used to be all those years ago, but hey, I got all year to work on it, and I will get there eventually. And so will Janet, so life is good on the ski slopes. We skied the entire morning, but eventually it was time for lunch. And man, talk about lunch with a view. I've really missed sitting outside alongside a ski slope and watching other skiers come down the mountain. After lunch, it was time to do a few more runs. But after lunch, it also got quite a bit warmer and the snow got a little mushier. It got so warm that it was time to shed a few layers. Janet decided to shed quite a few layers as it was getting quite warm. Some might say it got just a little hot. That's the thing about skiing this early in the year. The snow isn't all that great, but the weather can be a lot of fun because you're not freezing your butt off coming down the mountain. Now, as far as for the warmth, well, different people deal with the warmth in different ways. Some folks simply remove 1 or 2 or 3 or more layer of clothing in order to cool themselves off. That doesn't work for me very well because I carry too much up and down the ski slope. So, I picked an alternate method of relaxing and cooling down after making a nice long run. Hey, it works for me. But the day comes to an end, and with one last look at the mountains, it's time for us to make the 150-mile drive back down from Utah to Las Vegas, Nevada. The drive was long, but it was easy, and as the sun went down, we finally made it back home again. It's been a long time since we've skied, and yeah, we may have changed just a little bit over the years. And although some things change, others remain the same, and they're just a constant of the universe. And with that, another week in Las Vegas comes to an end, and it was a fun week. As always, look down in the description for a link to every place we visited so you can find it without working quite as hard as we did. The winter is just barely starting, and we have a lot more ski trips planned for this winter. We plan to spend most of the winter right here in Las Vegas, and we certainly hope that you join us as we continue to explore this stop.